Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be going into an introduction on grade 9 math. First of all, the prerequisites, meaning the skills and basics you should have before going into grade 9 math. First of all, numbers operations like BEDMAS, brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, how to do math in those orders, that you must know, number operations or order of operations. Next, fractions, how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions, as well as finding common denominators. We have 2 videos on that you can go check out later, as well as a video on BEDMAS if you need a refresher. Then decimals and percentages, which I have not made a video on yet, but basically to find a percentage of a number, let's say we have 80, let's find 15% of 80. 15% of 80 is 80 times 0.15, which would give us 12. Next, another prerequisite that you should know are ratios and rates. These are basically the same as fractions, but not really. Let's use this example here. 18 to 24, there are many common ratios for this. For example, you can simplify this into 3, 4, or multiply this by 2, so we have 36, and multiply this by 2, 48. Either of these work. That's just ratios and rates. Then we have exponents, which is pretty simple as well. To the power of exponent laws. We have a video on exponent laws as well if you want a refresher on it. And then one of the most important, basic algebra, how to solve equations, how to solve for x. For example, this we also have another video on how to do basic algebra, so if you need, you can go watch that. Then basic geometry, how to find the area of shapes, area of a square, length times width. Same thing with area of a rectangle, length times width, area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. These just general basic formulas you should know, hopefully. Then we have how to put points onto a graph. So for example, if we had the points 2, 3, how would we put this on a graph? So let's say we have a graph here, point 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The point 2, 3, this one's our x, this one's our y, 2, so our x is 2 and our y is 3, so it would be here. Our point would go here. So you should know parts of the Cartesian plane and how to put points on a graph and what they represent. Next, patterns. This one's not as important. You don't see this too much in grade 9 math, but it's good to know. And then basic problem solving, how to solve word problems. Do not worry if you do not know, we will go over how to solve these in a separate video. And a bonus, the Pythagorean's theorem, which hopefully you know, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And that about sums it up for the prerequisites that you will need for grade 9 math. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video for lesson 1 of grade 9 or unit 1. Thank you and have a good day.